Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of the Endless Rifff Battles. Now before we get into it, I just wanted to grab a drink from the fridge, and it turns out that I accidentally grabbed the invisibility potion. Now the thing is, I just took a small sip, so the effect should fade out any moment now, which is good. But anyway, we got an amazing lineup for you today, and I say that every time, but it's also true. Oh, it's happening. Oh, hello, we're starting early with the, I forgot to mute myself and ruined the illusion. Hello, welcome everybody to the new episode of the Endless Rifff Battles. We do have an amazing lineup because we have a special show for you tonight. Tonight, we're bringing you the first ever Endless Team Battles. Endless Rifff Team Battles, whatever you want to call them, really. First up, thank you all for joining us tonight. I saw there was a lot of action in chat while the intro was running, which is something I always like to see. The Boundless is here. Cohen is here, Devon Lamb, Auric808, what is he doing here? Jimmy Sandwiches, Matva61, Woodland is here, love seeing you in the jams. Okay, so, we do have a special show for you tonight, and let me actually fade in a little bit of music here, a little bit of music bed. Actually, let me grab this thing so I can actively use it. So, today, it's gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna have two teams, but they're not gonna battle each other right away. Rather, what they're gonna do is they're gonna be kind of like warming up in the sort of like usual battle framework that we got for you, which also includes you voting for some rules and restrictions along the way. And so both of these teams are basically gonna do a little warm-up battle, and battle really in air quotes because they're not really battling each other, they're just warming up. And then after that, we're gonna jump into the actual battle, 2-on-2. Or is it gonna be 2-on-2? Is it actually gonna be 2-on-2? Or is one of these numbers gonna increase? We'll see, because obviously I want you to keep tuning in. So let's jump over to our first team in the team warm-up section, and the team is actually not loaded in my overlay yet, but it is now. It should be now. I don't know what's happening. See, this is the kind of fun that we have here at Endless, because at Endless, we like to improvise shows. So who we have here is Auric808 and Melvin, and together they make up the team called Leeman x Skovbaech. And we would also have that on screen right now if I had loaded the actual correct thing in here, which I have now. There we go. So Auric808 in Forest Hill, London, Melvin sitting over in Copenhagen, Denmark, and I'm actually thinking like which one's closer to me right now. I don't even know. But they're both ready to jam a little bit for you, and you can already hear the starting riff that's happening. Now, since this is a warm-up battle, we're not gonna go through the usual like, oh, who's gonna start first and who's gonna call the coin or whatever. That's something we keep for the team battle later on. So in this case, we're gonna have Auric808 because he is on the left, and this time it's actually the right way around. We're gonna start with Auric808, so I have to say start with 0. Because he's on the left, he's index 0 in this complicated machinery of ancient tech that is our stream machine. Okay, so Auric808 is getting ready. He's gonna start us off with a 1 minute and 30 turn. After that, they're gonna jam together. And while they're doing that, I'm just gonna lead you through it. You will be voting on the rules and restrictions. Okay. Auric808 is ready. Wonderful. Okay. So we're gonna start our first ever, at least the first ever stream of Endless Team Battles. So 3, 2, 1, go. So it looks like even though the timer is covering up a little bit of the iPad now, it looks like he's starting us off with some beats. I think he's giving us a new one here. Already kicking this in a different direction for us. Giving us some good vibes. And yeah, the headbands. Headbands are in. Tarpinian knows something about that. There's lots of support for the headband here in chat. Maybe when it's Orek's turn again, Melwin will find a headband real quick somewhere. Only 10 seconds left for Orek 808. And time is up, so it's over to Copenhagen, to Melwin. Now again, as a reminder for anyone who's joined later, this isn't a traditional battle right now, this is more of a warm-up thing that's happening right now. They're both kind of jamming together, really. Melwin's giving us a deep kick. Now I'm gonna give you a fair warning, there's gonna be something in the overlay that's not gonna work correctly. Coming right up in 50 seconds, but I'll talk you through it, don't worry about it. Ooh, what a sweet bass line. You just whip that out like that. Fat snare, sounds like World Room. So this team, obviously working in the box right now, all with the built-in endless sounds. See a purple layer, there's some resampler happening, a sampler, as I should call it. So in this next round, in 10 seconds, they're gonna be able to jam together. It's gonna be a free round, basically. Which is right now, even though the overlay says that it's Orek's turn, both can jam, so both can jam at the same time now. They got 3 minutes to jam the heart out together. And while that is happening, I'm gonna give you the option for rules in the chat. So here are the rules that you can pick from. You can now vote in chat. Now as a reminder, in order to vote, let me just put this over here. In order to vote, you need to type !vote and then the number, as it says in the little brackets. Option number 1 is yellow only, so notes only. Option number 2 is effects only, no new sounds. And option number 3 is decrease BPM by 4 semitones, so basically by a factor that it equates to moving down 4 semitones in basically as a key or whatever. So I'm gonna shrink this down slightly, put this over here. Please excuse that the overlay isn't working correctly. There was some last moment changes which didn't propagate to the code. You're now getting a full flavor of what this team has to offer in collaboration, because that's how they will be jamming later on in the team battle. So they got 1 minute and 30 seconds more to jam with each other without rules, and then the rule's gonna kick in. But that's in 1 minute and 30 seconds. But it looks like we have a pretty clear winner for our poll. I'm gonna close it now. And as you saw, FX, no new sounds, is the one that won. So I'm gonna announce that now. I'm gonna announce it to them in a second. I had a feeling you would pick that one, by the way, dear audience. Oh, we're getting some vocals. Getting quite hot in here. So in 15 seconds, In 15 seconds, we're gonna apply the following rule, which is effects only. No new sounds, no notes, no drums, nothing new, just effects. You can remix, you can Leeman, whatever you want. Just green, just effects. Now that doesn't mean that all the layers that we see up there in the riff are gonna be green. It just means that all they can do is remix. All they can use is effects and remix what's already there. Yo, most definitely, Leeman maneuvers are allowed, they're encouraged. Okay. Maybe Melvin is making us some space in order to Leeman all across the board. For those unfamiliar with that advanced technique, Leeman maneuvering is basically you capture something into the looper, and then before actually looping it, you target a different layer. So you're basically copying things all over the place. And that usually yields in a green layer. So what you're hearing right now is all built from one layer, using just effects. I think that's pretty cool if you ask me. Oh, he unmuted a yellow layer there. Merlwyn can't quite believe what he has to work with right now. He has this cool Juno synth right in front of him and he's not allowed to use it. I got 50 more seconds to go with just effects. And they're going nuts. But that's what we want to see and hear. Yes, they will be allowed to use external kit later. Just these last 20 seconds that they're only allowed to use effects. But in 10 seconds, they're relieved from this rule and may start using other stuff again. There we go. No more rules. No more rules. So they can use whatever they want. They can keep jamming together as much as they want for the next 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So the idea is that in this warm-up you're getting a good taste of the flavor that is Leeman x Skovbaech. Before we go through the same thing with our other team, I'm gonna show you what they can do, even on the mean restrictions like FX only. Basically that FX only jam that we just had, it's kind of like that elongated bridge that you get when you visit a jam band live. And they just keep going. I think like, can we do the bridge already? Can we go to the last chorus? And they're like, nah. We're gonna strum our guitar some more. That's what we got. Anyway. Looks like he's adding some more vocals. So in a few seconds, we'll be back to just Auric 808 for his last turn in this warm-up. There we go. Now it's just Auric 808 for 1 minute and 30 seconds before it's back to Melvin for his last turn. By the way, they're in fact not sitting in the same room, and Melvin is not directly talking to him. The different light situations are probably an easy tell for that. And is really giving me Carefree Island Jam vibes, which is a jam on the front page at the moment. Also getting some hair action, which is always nice. Alright, Auric 808 made those vocals. So in 8 seconds it's back over to Melvin for his last solo turn. There we go. So Melvin is now gonna carry us for the next 1 minute and 30 seconds. So the opening battle today, very groovy. Ooh. I'm getting some octaves. Very jumpy bass. Very groovy, very melodic. But as you know, the next match could sound completely different. Even though they're gonna start with the leftovers of this jam. Auric 808 even find some time to chat. When will he start wearing his Wi-Fi sign? Ooh, that could win the audience over. Don't want to put anything into anyone's head. So save for a little bit of external action. Basically, I mean, we had some pocket operator on Auric 808 side, but other than that, we've gotten only built-in sounds in this magnificent jam, which is now over. That is the end of the team warm-up number 1. Big round of applause for Auric 808 and Melvin. Now you know what to expect, and now you know what to listen forward to in the actual team battle later on. So that was a good taste of this team. Which means we're now gonna cut to a short break until we're gonna have our other team warm up a little bit, and then it's gonna go into the actual team battle. So sit tight. We now cut to a little break. See you in a few minutes. All right. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. That was a great opening jam that we had right there. Not quite a battle, but definitely a jam. And I think we shouldn't lose any time because our next team is ready to jam. Let us switch over to Nashville, Tennessee, where we got on the left Poda Boy, on the right we got Grandpa Patches, and in the background, I'm being told, there's also Catfish, or the Catfish. And we're getting a little bit of a frozen video there right now, but I think it kind of unstuck itself right now. Yeah, looking good, looking good now. Everything's good now. And they're gonna jam for us now. They're gonna do the same team warm-up exercise that we just witnessed. And let's just get started. So let me pick, start with, I still need to type something. Okay, You guys ready over there? Poto Boy, you're ready? Wonderful. Okay, Poto Boy is gonna start, then it's gonna be over to Grandpa Patches, and then they can jam together, and we'll see what's gonna happen. So this team is the Spaceship of the Imagination, Poto Boy, Catfish, and Grandpa Patches, and whether it's gonna be, like, what do you actually think about a 2 versus 3 match? Because I was announcing a 2 versus 2 match. Well, you can discuss it in chat in 3, 2, 1, go. Because in fact, the team battle that's gonna happen after this turns out to not quite be a 2 versus 2. Poto Boy's taking some time dialing in his sounds. Are we actually witnessing the second ever Pauly Wally turn? He's definitely giving us some vocals now. Is Max Headroom gonna make an appearance? I hope not. But I wouldn't be surprised with this setup. Here we go. Okay, looks like we maybe had some lag. And it's over to Grandpa Patches on the right side. So yeah, there was a little bit of lag probably in the internet connection, but we got it now. So for those wondering earlier if there's going to be some external gear usage, there it is. Now some might claim when the video feed freezes, that's actually a strategic move because they're covering up the use of some ancient synthesizers. I personally do not believe in this conspiracy, but I wouldn't fault you for doing that. Probably just the light effects eating up all the bandwidth. Oh. 10 seconds, they will be able to jam together. No restrictions. And that's exactly now. Free jam time for the Spaceship of the Imagination. And you can see them getting ready. They are assuming the position. It is like an 80s music video, including the digital camera tech that we had in the 80s. I think in the future I will ask all the teams to shoot their live streams on film so we can upscale them later. Which, by the way, brings me to the fact that there is a challenge that you guys need to vote on. Here we go. Exclamation mark, vote, space, and then the number 1 for no mic input or external gear, 2 for increased BPM by 6 semitones, or 3 for blue only, which is bass sounds only. They can pitch those up. Oh, there must be bass sounds. Very unclear race so far. We do have some more votes for the BPM change, but oh, things change quickly here. So technically blue only is a more restrictive version of no mic input or external gear. It looks like it's winning. Voting has closed. It's blue only. I'm gonna announce that to them now. Okay, starting in 5 seconds, they're only allowed to use blue, which means only inbuilt bass sounds of the app. They can pitch them up, obviously. They can tweak the knobs, but only bass sounds. So the drum beat that we hear right now might be the last drum beat that gets added. From here on out, it's only blue. Now we see it coming in. And that's the thing, even though the video has frozen once again, we don't need to take their word for it. We can see at the top there's actually blue stuff happening there. And what was meant as a challenge seems like just what they wanted for creative inspiration. Yeah, get girdering. Think about the fact how long we've had video chat software, how many different kinds of video chat software there is right now, what's making the rounds. And then think about the fact that it's so much easier nowadays to make music with each other using Endless. Now these three guys are in the same room, with the proper social distancing in mind, obviously. There's some very obvious 6 feet distances there. Perfect triangle. But nonetheless, it seems to be much easier to make music now than to video chat with a stable frame rate. There we go, we got the video back. There's just something about this image of these three guys sitting in a room full of sort of hardware synthesizers and effects. And they're now all on their phone, but they're not checking their email. We're not pressing play here. This is improvised music. This is endless. 15 seconds until they can keep jamming without restrictions. Five more seconds, and then they can let loose again. Here we go! 3 more minutes of unrestrained Spaceship of the Imagination. for their synthesizers and microphones. If you're wearing headphones right now, oh, that bass was right in your head. Taking the key masher for a spin. BPM change. Now down at 97? 97 BPM. They really want their BPM to match their frame rate. I'm cleaning it up again. So, Leeman x Skovbaech gave you some melodic groovy stuff. Definitely getting the weird right now. Ooh. Headphone users, what are you feeling right now? Well, they got 30 more seconds to tidy it up. Bring it back home. Ten seconds before it's just Photo Boy again for one more turn. Or actually, my overlay is lying. It's over to Grandpa Patches, it seems. It's Grandpa Patches' turn. Maybe I've had an off by one error in my coding there. But don't worry about it, they're gonna get their 1 minute and 30 seconds turn. Oh, it's not actually Grandpa Patches, it's Catfish in the back. Because I was just as surprised as you to learn that this team is actually made up of 3 people. Going into the stream, I knew it's gonna be chaotic. So trying this thing for the first time. But I didn't know that we're gonna get the perfect soundtrack for that very chaos. And we just lost them, it looks like. We just lost the video feed. But that means we can still keep going. We just have to imagine the spaceship in our imagination. So now it's back over to Photo Boy. But in fact, we have lost the video feed completely. Which is a little bit of a shame. But Photo Boy is probably jamming on his microphone right now. Right this second. Yeah, they're lost in space. So we're getting 45 more seconds of these stock images while the Spaceship of Imagination is reconnecting. I think they are. I think they're back. That's okay. Yeah, 20 more seconds. I got 20 more seconds, and they just made a lot of work for me. So don't worry if the next break between battles is gonna be a little bit longer as I reconfigure stuff. But the battle, or not the battle, the jam is over. That was the Spaceship of Imagination team for you, even though we lost the video feed along the way somewhere. But we're gonna fix that for the team battles, so I'm gonna cut right to the commercial break. I'm still calling it a commercial break, it's not really a commercial break. I'm not gonna cut to the break. We'll get these videos just fixed, and then, you know what's gonna happen, the thing you all came for, team battles. 2 versus 2, as it turned out, 2 versus 3. See you in a few minutes.
Chance of securing.
And you probably thought that I was muted, but I wasn't. So before you write that in chat, let me just tell you that I wasn't actually muted. Now, before we get into the actual team battle right now, we actually get some viewer mail. And the thing isn't playing, but here it is. Viewer mail. We get some viewer mail that came in. This one, I need to just quickly make sure that this... Ah, there we go. Okay. So this viewer mail, it's coming from Chatley in Portsmouth. Dear Matt, that Merlwyn guy once smooshed my Rifff in the halftime wobbles jam. I didn't like that. That's all it says. That was Chatley from Portsmouth. Well, Chatley, if we're happy if you want to challenge Melvin to a battle as a kind of revenge. We're happy to host a Rifff battle. All you need to do is sign up for the battles. Now, we're going to reconfigure the sign-up mechanism, which is a very complicated Rube Goldberg machine at the moment, into something very, very simple, and figure out like which dates and like at what time people can jam and do those battles. Which is actually the reason why maybe next week we're going to take 1 week off with the battles, so we can start off fresh the week afterwards while we're in our big Kickstarter phase, which you heard something about very few moments ago by Tim. But let me not waste any more of your time. Let's move over to our teams who have reconfigured over there. And actually, I'm going to pull the fader back up. So, here's what we all came for. This is the team battle. Leeman x Skovbaech versus Spaceship of the Imagination. Yeah. So, and since this is an actual battle, we're gonna actually do a coin toss. No, let me correct myself. Coin toss over here. But to figure out who's gonna kick us off, who's gonna determine the coin toss. Now it's a coin toss. I don't even know what's happening anymore. It is Team Leeman x Skovbaech. So now you guys need to figure out, are you gonna go heads or tails? Heads or tails? Leeman x Skovbaech. Heads, that looks like heads to me. Okay, so let me put the coin cast count back on. Oh, I'm already tossing it. So heads for Leeman and Skovbaech, and what is it? It is tails, with a lot of reflection. So Spaceship of the Imagination is gonna start on the first turn. We're actually hearing the last riff that they played in. So, this is how it's gonna work. Spaceship of the Imagination goes first, Leeman x Skovbaech goes next. They're gonna take turns of 2 minutes each until the 4th round, where there's gonna be something special where each member goes individually. That's just gonna be the 4th round. And then at the end, you're gonna vote. You are gonna vote. So, I'm gonna start the timer now. There's 2 minutes on the timer for Spaceship of the Imagination. Getting ready over there in Nashville, Tennessee. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're now in the actual battle portion. We got 2 Europeans with just the built-in sounds and endless, and maybe a pocket operator in there. And we got some crazy dudes in Nashville with a big load of synthesizers. Is that still them, or are they replaced by aliens? Who really knows? Auric 808 using this time that he's not on to chat in the chat. Looks like that spaceship is now approaching the syncopation planet. Now let me take a moment to address the fact that this is actually a 2 versus 3 battle. You can see there on the left, Poto Boy barely in the frame. I'll let you decide what you think of this. I'm not here to pass judgment or provide any metrics for your voting at the end of this. Right there at the end of their turn, they're reducing it. Just a little bit of drums and E-piano. Time is up, so it's over to Europe. And this time it's so easy to just group them by continent. So it's Leeman and Skovbaech's turn right now. Probably talking through their game plan. What are they gonna do? Welcome to the buffet. Pick your own one. Melvin is giving us that stanky bass. Looks like we're gonna get some vocals from Auric 808. He's got 15 more seconds to add those vocals, to commit to them. Again, some classic cortado, but it's now over. Back to Nashville, to the Spaceship of Imagination. Whole body to work on these synthesizers and groove boxes. Auric 808 getting comfortable watching the stream. Once again, I'm happy I don't have to vote because I would not be able to decide. Teams work so well together. Oh, we're getting smooshy layers. More dimension, more depth. From the looks of it, there's still very little external gear in this riff. 10 more seconds. Leeman and Skovbaech are preparing the game plan for the next turn. 5 more seconds before it's over to Europe. And we're back with Auric 808 and Melbourne. Sitting comfortably at 97 BPM. For all the newcomers in this stream, I very much recommend checking out the previous episodes of the Endless Rift Battles afterwards. They're all on YouTube. Since we're trying out something new today, basically 5 people on screen, it can be hard to follow. And they're breaking it down. We are now in the Cinematic Drones Jam. So we just had a small rule break there. There were actually some riffs added by Potoboy. Maybe it was just some lag, maybe it was just some internet troubles. But time is up. Now it's over to Nashville. Now I need some advice from you, the audience. Is this grounds for disqualification? The fact that there were some rogue Potoboy riffs and layers during Leeman and Skovbaech's turn. Now in round 3. And in round 4 they're gonna go individually. Some high definition clun. Hands up in chat if you just made that noise as well. Kind of begs to be repeated in person. 10 seconds, it's back over to Europe. And time's up for Nashville. Back over to Leeman and Skovbaech in Europe. So it looks like we just had some more cross-jamming from the other team. Maybe they traveled through space and time. And just on a longer delay. I'll give them 15 more seconds just to make up for that cross-riffing. Just so you know. So from this moment on, 15 more seconds. Which means in 10 seconds, they're gonna go individually, one by one. So the individual rounds start now. Next turn, only Grandpa Patches. Only Grandpa Patches. Now initially I thought I was getting 2 video feeds, which explains why the frame is up there. We're just going crazy today. We're just gonna lean into the chaos and let it envelop us. The sweet embrace of chaos. It's putting us at 85 BPM. Time is up, so now it's over to Noel, to Leeman, to Orek 808. It's his turn, and his alone. I'm gonna use that moment to fill this gap in, and this gap. You didn't see nothing. Quite understandable after this chaotic riff battle. We'll need a break next week. Getting introduced into the wonderful world that is breath step. So it's 10 seconds until it's back to Nashville, where they will have to decide, is Poto Boy or Catfish going to go solo? Time is up for Noel Leeman. And it's over to Nashville, so it's either just Poto Boy or just Catfish. Looks like it's Catfish. But not before Orek 808 added some more funny vocals. Sounds like Orek 808 had the stream running
caught some of my commentary in his mic. It's getting shroomy. Time is up, so now it's back over to Copenhagen. Melvin gets his 1 minute and 30 seconds. And he's thinking, I'm having none of this. I'm just gonna take that groove, take it for a ride. On my bike, obviously, because we're in Copenhagen. That joke writes itself. Melvin style we had in the first warm-up. That's what we had the warm-up for. Real smooth. Before it's back to Spaceship of the Imagination. Time is up for Melvin, so it's back over to Nashville, where the whole troupe can go nuts for their last turn and the last match today. So it looks like today it's gonna be a vote between the grooviness from Europe and the melodic chaos from Nashville, which is the left and the right in this case, respectively. Ooh, and Nashville is expanding on that bass line. Quick reminder, on the right we got Poto Boy, Grandpa Patches, and in the center there, Catfish. Snuck his way into this team battle. Well, not quite East Coast versus West Coast. Genres that don't even exist yet. Time is almost up for the Spaceship of the Imagination in their last turn. That's those reggae vibes, and now it's back over to Europe. For Leeman and Skovbaech, their last turn. Is there a dog barking in the hallway? jumping us up to 113 BPM.
Still wouldn't know what to call this genre of music. Let's just call it riff battle music. So in 30 seconds you get to vote. So get your keyboards ready. Voting is only possible in the Twitch chat though. Only in Twitch chat. If you're watching from somewhere else, quickly get over to Twitch, because that's where you can vote. And time is up. That was the team battle, so now all of you can go crazy as much as you want, as the audience is gonna vote. And the vote is gonna come up any second now. There we go. Cast your vote now, exclamation mark vote, and then a space, as it says right there on the screen. Put down a 1 for Leeman x Skovbaech and a 2 for the Spaceship of the imagination. This is a battle of the styles, a battle of the genres, and a battle of, well, Spaceship snuck in a third member, and they were cross-riffing a little bit when it wasn't their turn. They did give us some sweet, sweet melodic chaos, while Europe went all groovy today. This is a close race. Seems like the Endless audience is more into the groove, or they're not into the rule breakers. Ooh, and someone's smooshing. A catfish sent us a smoosh, and it took a little bit to load here. They do deserve a lot of credit for, like, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't know who to vote for. What did we just get a Jeopardy theme? Sounded like Jeopardy there for a second. Okay, the last of the votes are coming in. 20 more seconds to vote. If you want to vote, do it now. But I think our audience members, they cast their vote. And with that fluty tune, sounds like something out of a JRPG, I'm gonna pronounce the winner, Leeman x Skovbaech. The win belongs to Europe in this case. Oh, what is this ASMR? Nashville is bowing down, but they presented a great match. They had such an amazing presentation. It's safe to say that we will revisit these team matches in the future, but with a little bit less chaos. I mean, as much fun as this chaos has been, like next time around, we'll figure the whole scheme out. But I want to give a big thanks, and I want you all to give a round of applause to these two amazing teams here. We got Leeman and Skovbaech on the left, so Aurek808 and Melwin. Aurek808 fitting himself into his great Wi-Fi signal. On the right, Spaceship of the Imagination out of Nashville, Tennessee. From left to right, Poto Boy, Catfish, and Grandpa Patches. They did amazingly well. So, I'm gonna cut back to the studio in a second now. That's right, that was, very, very slow fade over here. Crossfade. That was episode 5 of the Endless Riff Battles. Thank you for sticking through all the chaos that we had today. That was a lot of fun anyway. Thank you for tuning in. If you tuned in a little bit later and want to catch up with the rest, some point during the weekend, this episode is going to be up on YouTube. And yeah, next week, as I said, we're going to take a break from the Rifff battles next Friday, but instead we're going to have something else, which I am not allowed to tell you right now, but there's going to be something cool for all of you on Friday, something you will not expect. I'm going to tell you, you will not expect this. And the week after that, we're already going to be full on in Kickstarter mode. So Endless is going Kickstarter for the Endless Studio, the desktop version and the plugin. Do follow us for that, for news on that, obviously. The Kickstarter is going to go live very, very soon. And during that phase, there are going to be a lot more streams. There are going to be more Rifff battles with less chaos, unless it's controlled chaos. So see you in, in 2 weeks then, I guess. See you in 2 weeks, unless I will appear on some other random live stream that Tim's gonna put up. So, see you next time. Thank you for tuning in, and bye.